Hi guys, good morning. We're going to get back to trying to figure this out. What we're figuring out is we're trying to create a little animation when we drag something in between slides when we're sorting them, manually sorting them. We want them to be pushed out of the way. Okay. So let's recap where we're at right now. So let's start up the engine here. I wonder if it'll run. Let's see. Let's pull Chrome. Okay. And I think it was dashboard. Yes, here we go. Dashboard.kickatme. Good. Okay, and we had a playground root here where we can play around with this stuff. So we can drag this around and it will shift it, but you see there's no animation here. Okay. What we want is for there to be like just a bit of a animation. So maybe like a little spring effect. We see that here. So I'm going to pull up this example. And we're going to try to follow this example. Do you see? Okay, I'm going to drag this, and you can see how it kind of pushes it up. You see that animation. So we're going to try to put that in. So we've kind of copied this code into our code base as just as a separate file so I can read it easier on VS Code. and I'm trying to go through it, but the issue is I don't even know my code that well either. So what I think what they've done is they have a little bit of a different logic. I think partly because they're using class components, whereas I'm using functional components, and they're using these decorators, which I think we use what are these called? These hooks instead. So I think this, for example, they have this decorator in this this one here. I think this drag source is, or sorry, this drop target is the same thing as use drop. I think that's what I'm guessing. But anyways, we're going to just ignore most of that stuff here. What I noticed was that they had an animation, so they had a motion tag here. They're using React motion. But what I'm going to do is I'm using framer motion, just because their landing page looks pretty cool, and it was part of my goal at the beginning of this thing to practice using framer motion. Let me pull up the website here. Okay, and so it's kind of a similar API. So it's also just divs, but you add motion in front. So this is their specific component that you can use. And then when you move stuff around, so we want this sort of animation. Do you see? So I guess we need to change. We need to have this, and we need to change the Y here. So as the Y changes, then it's going to animate. Okay. So we're mixing a couple of different things that I've never done before. But anyways, since I'm using styled components, we also have to mix that in. And the way to do that is you import motion.div here, and then you can style it on top. So that this card container will then contain this animate prop that we can deal with. So we already have frame motion. Okay, so we've imported that. And let's see how we animate this. Okay, so I already have some stuff here. We don't want to animate X. When did I do this? What changed here? Oh yeah, I just added this stuff here. I think I just copied and pasted. Okay. Scale. We don't need scale. If I just take that out, does anything happen? If I take this stuff out, I think it should be fine. Okay. So let's see where we are. So nothing's happening yet. I think because we need to. This is card container. But actually, it shouldn't be on the card container. It should be on the card themselves, I think. Where? Oh, sorry. This is yeah, this is right. It should be on this thing. This is the card. So let's see if this 11 So yeah, they already have a translate here. So this needs to be a variable. And okay, let's make this simple. Let's make this a variable. And so let's call this translate y. And I guess maybe we'll just have a toggle button. So let's use state. Translate y, set translate y equals use state. And let's set it to 0 now. Okay. And let's just add a button to my playground here. Where is this coming from? Container, components, container. Is it this one here? No, it's this one. Okay. So let's add a button. Oh, you know what? I think we should add, we should move this state up to the container level. Okay, so that's state. Let's just put this above here, just so we can practice. So it's 0, and we also want a button. So the cards. Right, so it's just, here's a map, so it's showing all the cards. And then maybe above it, we put a button. Okay, let's just make sure this button shows up. Hello, good. Okay, let's say translate. And I think we want to do like an on click. And we pass it a function. And I think we're going to define a function here. And on this function, we're just going to translate it plus 10 or something, let's say. I wonder if we can do this. Okay. Let's just console log to make sure we're clicking it properly. This is being passed. Okay. Click, yes. Okay, good, yes. So it's clicking, and then we're reaching here. And maybe let's just let's see what translate y becomes. Okay, so it's increasing. Good. So now we just need to pass this translate y downwards into our card. So render card, maybe let's pass down translate y, and so we're also receiving translate y. All these variables are named the same, but let's see if this works. And then within our card here, we can receive translate y. Okay, good. And then the animate y will be translate y. Okay, so okay, great, it's working. Okay, so he's kind of just moving down. Good. So I got the motion to work. How do we determine that y? Okay, let's take out all this stuff. So let's, we don't need this button anymore. We don't need this on click. So let's walk through the logic. I want to drag this. When I drag this over here, once I go below the halfway point of the second one, I want that one to translate y up. You can see my item is already behind there as well. That's not the ideal. What I want is sort of like this placeholder. Let's see what they do here. Okay, they don't have a placeholder. Actually, here. Okay. Or even without a placeholder, it's fine because it moves so nicely. For here, they put card.order times 80. So I guess they have to order the card and then they multiply by 80 because maybe the height of the item is slightly less than 80 and there's a little bit of gap too. So let's see if there's a reference to the height. This container, let's look at the cards. Let's see how it's styled. Style is index style. And where's our style here? Maybe let's go back here so we can do Control F. Style. Okay. Oh, it's being passed. So the style should be passed here. Oh, okay. Well, there's no height there. But basically the height of this thing, here it goes, 50%, 50 px. It's from .card to .card. Let's see if there's a reference to 50 anywhere. Anyways, yeah, so it's just 50 plus 30 to get 80. So maybe a 15 border on each side. Oops. Ten. Yeah, and then there's negative 80. What is this negative 80? The position is negative 80, huh? Oh, let's see. Interesting. They're all absolute position right now. Huh. Okay. Okay, so we got the animation in there. So how do we do this? So I think we want to do it in here. Okay, this could take a while. Let's let me see if I can figure out what's happening here. Okay. Okay, so this is the logic when we drop it. Let's not do that. Let's find the logic when we drag or hover. Where do we see hover? There we go. Oh, I see. Yeah, hover. Okay. Where is this index coming from? Here. Okay. Right, okay. So drag index is the item that's being dragged, and hover index is the card that's being hovered over. Okay. If the item hovering over itself is the same, don't do anything. Right, get the rectangle, get the middle. Okay, so it ignores it if it's dragging downwards or upwards. And then here we move the card. So there's a drag index, hover index. Okay. And we've got to find out where that move card function is. Oh, let's see. Is it defined within useDrop? Let's pull up that documentation. react-dnd move card. Hold on. Oh, okay. Wait, it's passed down. Here. Why is it stored up here and not within the card D&D? Interesting. I guess maybe because you need data about the cards here. Drag index, hover index. Okay. Drag card equals cards drag index. Okay. Set cards. Okay, so you update. Okay, so you update the cards. Right. Okay, move card literally just updates the order of the cards. But I don't know if we're going to get an animation with that. So how do they do it here? You must have some sort of hover. Right, okay. Props up move card, yes. So they also have this move card thing being passed down. Drag ID, hover ID, right. So you get the drag index and hover index. Drag card order, hover card order. Okay, so they actually have a hover card order. And they update the state here. Okay, it's actually similar. But I wonder if my stuff here is an absolute, if position is also absolute. Let's see, position. No, it's not. So they set theirs to be absolute. I wonder if it's the motion component that they're using. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here because it will take a little bit more time to figure this out. Let me think through this a little bit more and I'll come back to you guys. Okay. Thanks for slowly watching this through with me.